Hi, I'm Gia Arvin, the 2024 president of Florida Realtors. One of my main goals this year is to push our advocacy efforts to the next level. In order to do that, it's important to understand what advocacy does and how it is linked to our members. At a very basic level, advocacy is the ability to communicate our needs to people who can make a difference. This includes elected officials, government agency leaders, and other stakeholders that affect what we do.
Now that you understand the importance of advocacy, how do we develop an advocacy agenda for the realtor profession? And how do we take that agenda and turn it into successful outcomes? Well, it's a long process we like to call the season of advocacy. And it starts right in our professional backyard with our legislative think tanks and our public policy committee.
The legislative think tanks are the idea generators of the public policy process of Florida Realtors. They're the place where the issues we are experiencing take shape as possible priorities.
Hi, my name is Fernando Arencibia, and I'm the 2024 chair of the Florida Realtors Public Policy Committee. You may have heard about this committee before, but what is it and what does it do? Well, its main purpose is to set the legislative agenda of the realtor profession in Florida. This agenda is what our public policy team in Tallahassee uses as they speak with state lawmakers. This helps us pass and change laws that help us protect and promote our profession, grow our communities, and keep the real estate industry strong in Florida.
Once you hand us a new policy directive, we get to work on making it a reality. This part of the season of advocacy is the pre-committee week process. This is a critical time that involves research to make sure we understand the issues fully. Part of that research involves identifying other stakeholders and potential opposition. We also try and build coalitions to strengthen our advocacy efforts. And lastly, we meet with key legislative and executive staff, as well as identifying potential bill sponsors.
With the pre-committee week work done, we transition to the committee week part of the advocacy season. These weeks allow legislators to gather information and begin shaping their legislative agendas. These weeks occur leading up to the legislative session and serve as an important part of our advocacy process. During these weeks, we begin to meet with legislators to get their support for your legislative priorities.
Committee weeks are done, and now we enter the 60-day legislative session. This is a time where our team is in constant contact with lawmakers, advocating on the priorities you have given us. During Great American Realtor Days, our members fill the halls of the Capitol. They're there to remind lawmakers of the vital role our industry plays in Florida. Session isn't just about bills, though. It's also where the state's budget takes place. And we're there every step of the way to advocate for funding for your priorities.
Okay, we've had a great session. It just ended, and the bills become law automatically, correct? Well, no, not necessarily. The bills are presented to the governor, and he has three choices: sign the bill, approve it without signature, or actually veto the bill. Our job now shifts to lobbying the governor and his staff. So we will meet with governor, his key staff, and make sure your priorities become law.
As you can see, advocacy of Florida Realtors is a year-long process. It takes the work of your public policy team and the efforts of our members to be successful. Some issues take much longer. It requires us to be strategic and forward-thinking in order to be successful. But it starts with your participation and your voice. Continue to follow our advocacy efforts by visiting floridarealtors.org/advocacy.